Thank you, Scott. It's not necessary.
home.
I can take it home. It's not even necessary because I'm respectful of everybody else's calendar as well. And so much respect, Merril, for all the nuggets that you've dropped today. My question was, I probably touched on, but more specifically, I was an avid watcher of the NFL matchup show. And for sure, well, like all of us were, of course, I'm sure. But I always picked up on what I perceived to be a great chemistry between you and Jaws. And I was wondering if that was an immediate thing, or was it something that was built up on, or was the camera lying? Because I just thought that there was something very special with the two of you and the way that you bantered about and so forth.
I think it's a great question. That's the perfect thing one to end on, because Doug, I'm telling you, I love Ron Jaworski. Ron Jaworski and I, it was immediate. I'll be honest with you, it was immediate. And actually, I give Steve Sable the credit. Most people don't know this story. When we first started doing the matchup show, I would have to fly there on Tuesday. I had to watch tape Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we filmed the show Friday. Because the NFL was so tight. They still are. They're still tight. You cannot get any coaching tape footage on the way they all use it, like we use it as players, unless you're authorized. And they were not going to let that outside the building. I mean, over 25 years, it eventually came to tapes being sent to my house. To now, it's, I can upload it. It's on my computer like in 24 hours. But we used to sit in a kind of an office where you could have two monitors, and he would sit that way and I would sit this way. And you just happen to talk to yourself because you have your producers there too, and you're editing stuff. And, I would be watching a play and talking about a play, and he'd turn and he'd like, well, that's wrong. I mean, what do you mean he's wrong? I remember Dan Marino, we're talking about this K4 play. I'm like, and I go, Dan should throw it to the fullback right here. You don't throw it to the corner because you threw a pick. And he's like, no, you try to take that corner. I said, you don't take the corner. So we're saying, go back. Okay. So these things happen all the time. Well, Steve Sable walked by one day. He sees this going on. He steps in the room. He's like, nope, we're not doing this anymore. You're leaving the best television right here. You, points to me, you're staying home. We're going to send you the tapes. I'll send you a machine. You're doing your work at home. And then we'll see you fly in on Thursday and you take the show on Friday. And that's how it started. I mean, but Jaws and I have always had, there's only at all the times in 22 years of him and I working on the set, only one time did I ever say anything. Now here's what Jaws, because I got used to being with Jaws. I could say anything to Jaws. I could rip him for something he said. I could say, I could just beat the tar out of anything. And he could do the same to me. We walk off the set and we walk off the set the same way we walked on, loving each other, right? Well, Eric Kramer, this is early in my career. Eric Kramer throws a pick and Jaws is killing him. And I happen to mention, well, that's very similar to the black and gold. And I mentioned Super Bowl that he played, right? And man, I could feel it on set. I'm like, I went way too far here, right? So he didn't say anything. But Greg, my producer, got in my ear and he's like, I don't think you should ever say that again. I'm like, I said, Greg, Jaws, I'll never say it again. I apologize. He goes, I thank you. And so we left it there. But that was the only time ever that I said something I know hurt him. And then that's because it still hurts him. I never went there. But after that, it was, so I credit Steve Sable because Steve Sable said, this is done. You guys, you're leaving all the good TV right here. Do it out there. So when I would show up on set, he had no idea where I was going to come from. I had no idea where he was coming from. So it was very spontaneous. It's real. When he'd say stuff, I'm like, oh, get that. Ain't no way. There's no way that's happening. And he was like, you are so caught up. So there was, came off, and that's how, good chemistry. I don't think you can fake good chemistry. That's actually the Monday Night Football's problem still to this day.
Yeah.
They're starting to create the chemistry that existed 30 years ago.
Yep.
May never happen again. I worked with tons of people. I like so many people I love, but Jaws and I did have a magic that it happens. You get lucky. I'm fortunate that I had that with him.